Hello everyone and welcome to another video. We are on the road again, this time heading to another yarn show. So just wanted to drop in and say today's video is sponsored by our very first YouTube member. Thank you very much, Soph Squash. I think, sorry if I've butchered your name, but thank you very much for becoming my very first member. And if you too are interested in becoming a member, sponsoring videos and getting shout outs, please do check it out and click down below. Thank you very much. On with the video. A lot of you won't have actually been on the channel when I last did a yarn show, because I think I've gained about a third of my current subscribers since then, which is amazing. But yeah, every now and then my wife does yarn shows. She runs a small business doing stitch markers and other creative things, and I go up and help her run the stall, get everything set up and all that sort of fun stuff. My experience with Android conferences is coming in handy. So we're heading up to Sheffield to do another event this weekend called the Monty, which I love the name of. And yeah, I thought this time let's try and do a full vlog. I don't know if this will be one vlog or two vlogs, depends on how much footage I manage to get, but let's see what we can do. As a Mercedes drives very close in front of our car, that's a little concerning. Anyway, let's get back on the road and let's get up there to get set up. So I didn't really get any footage when we were setting up because we were busy setting up. But here's a quick look over the stall, all set up and ready to go. Everything in its place. The gumball machine all set up, ready to go. We'll be raising money for Mind this time round, which is going to be super great. And some other vendors are also donating prizes. And of course, here's the main star of the show, the huge range of pick a mix stitch markers, and of course Timmy. There was one other scene that I got and they said it was all right for me to include, so here we go.
I got fruit out for us as well, sign that.
We are done setting up for the day. I didn't get much footage because we were busy, but tomorrow morning we'll be here before people come, so I'll take some footage then and have a walk around. I need to collect some bits from people as well anyway. But yeah, we're going to head over to the hotel, get some dinner and just rest. There will be a hotel review, so do look out for that video as well. But yeah, that is going to wrap it up for today. I will see you tomorrow and for day one of the actual event. All right, we are here down at the venue. It's about 9:15. We are all set up, ready to go. It actually starts at 10, so that's cool. I'm going to go do a bit of a walk around in a bit, probably get some footage while it's quiet before the madness starts. Well, let's get started and see how it goes. So, of course, I didn't actually get any real footage at all today because we were absolutely slammed. But I did manage to get a quick clip of the room that was kind of put aside for the vendors as a place that they can come to decompress. There was also a fridge with some bottles of water, which was really nice. The other great thing to note was that there was Wi-Fi for the vendors. There wasn't for guests, but there was for the vendors, and it was very fast, which is super useful when we've got all those card machines needing to connect and all that sort of stuff going on. It'd be nice to see a separate network for the guests. It was kind of a shame there wasn't, but still it was good that at least vendors did have Wi-Fi access. And we are back again for day 2 of Monty. I know I didn't really get much footage yesterday, like at all. It was busy. It was non-stop. Pretty much the whole day. There was just people everywhere. It was great. It's a great problem to have, but it does mean that footage is sparse. So I'm going to have a walk around now before it's open, before I do anything else. And then we'll see how the day goes. Hopefully I'll get some footage when it's busy later as well. But we'll see. All right, let's get going. Okay, this time I actually got to do a walk around. It was before some vendors arrived again, so some of the stalls were covered up. But hopefully it still gives you a very good idea of the venue and also what was available. I'm going to leave you with the walkthrough now. This video should be chaptered, so if you want to skip ahead, go for it. And I will see you again in a few minutes' time. So, of course, the star of the show is Peggy, the dinosaur. Lots of people absolutely loved her, and definitely lots of selfies with her as well. So, have to check out on Instagram to see if you can find any of those. And the other thing that went incredibly well was the gumball machine. So, we're raising money for the charity Mind. £2 for a gumball, you get a stitch marker, and if you get a little paper cat, you win another prize as well. So this went really well yesterday, completely sold out, which means we raised £250 for Mind yesterday. We've restocked it, not quite as many gumballs as today, but hopefully we still do really well on this as well, and we raise even more money. And there we go, we are back home. It's a couple of days later now, all settled, and what an event! Wow, was it busy. I hope you enjoyed the walk around that I did manage to get. It didn't leave me much time at all, really, to actually get out and get some footage. It was so busy, both days. Of course, Saturday was more busy. First day of an event is always the busiest, but both were pretty busy. We were definitely non-stop throughout both. Still, I hope lots of people enjoyed the event. I know I did. I think it was incredibly well organized, very professionally run. We got all the information we could need. Everything kind of seemed to be thought of ahead of time, which is great and super useful when you're going to an event that you've never been before, and certainly at a venue that you've never been before either. Now, with the venue, it was at the Magna Science Center, which is actually a place that I remember going to as a child. I think we went when it first opened, so that was kind of cool. I had this feeling that we'd been there before. I could have sworn I had, and after speaking with my mum, I actually found out that yes, we did go there, which is interesting. So I had been to the venue before, but not in kind of any real memory. So it was good to check it out. Very cool place. There was, of course, one downside to the venue. Anyone that was there would know. The lighting was not great. So, again, apologies if that kind of shows up in some of the footage. It was quite dim lighting. It was definitely a venue that was designed more for kind of like events like, maybe a wedding or things that you weren't like vending. Well, definitely wasn't a conference venue, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And this was certainly their first yarn show, unsurprisingly. So yeah, the lighting was a bit unfortunate. It definitely made it hard to see a lot of things when you want good lighting for yarn and those sorts of things. But again, the organizers very professional about it. They tried everything they could to get as much lighting going as possible. They've already put out a statement kind of saying that they're aware of this issue and it's something they'll consider for the next one. So, yeah, it was handled well, even though there was that problem. So I was trying to think what other downsides there were as a vendor, and there really wasn't that many. The only other thing I could think of really was the food on kind of offer. It was all run by the venue itself, so you kind of had the options of a bar that was in the room, and they were doing basically just toasties using a toasty machine that they'd hooked up. Or you had to go to the main venue's cafe, which had a good range of food, but was obviously shared with the venue itself, with the science center, and was all just card only, which normally I wouldn't really be too bothered about. I personally never carry cash. I'm not against a cashless society. I have no problem with that really. However, in these circumstances, I certainly understand that a lot of people use cash as a way to limit their spending, as a way to set themselves a budget. It's all too easy to just use your phone or a card and just tap away all day and then realize that you've spent thousands of pounds on yarn. So I think those sorts of events, more people want to use cash. And so having to then use card for one thing and not others is a little frustrating. I can definitely see that. So yeah, it would be nice to see additional food options. It would be nice to be able to accept cash, but I understand that that might be a limitation of the venue itself. I know some venues require you to use their own catering. You have no option there. So hopefully that'll be considered for next time as well. But for the actual Vendors themselves, the range of stalls, I think it was very interesting range. It was great to see. It wasn't just yarn. There was obviously a lot of yarn there, but there were also other things, other fiber crafts, other kind of accessories. There was the stall that had all the dyes for dyeing your own yarn. So lots of ranges of things that are kind of adjacent to knitting and crocheting. So that was nice. I think it gave a better selection of things to do and look at throughout the event as a kind of person coming in. And, I think with that in mind, it would be good to see more of that, more things to do. I still find it very strange that you have to pay to go to an event to pay. You have to pay to go to an event to buy things. You're not actually getting anything for your money other than the access to those things. I still find that a very strange concept. I know it's perfectly normal in the yarn world. I know it's perfectly normal in a lot of worlds. But just to me personally, it still seems strange. So I'd like to see maybe some other value adds on there, some things that give people more to do and make it more of a day event so you can kind of justify that spend. Maybe workshops or, other activities. I don't pretend to know exactly what, but I just think that would be interesting and cool to see more of. I know from the tech world, yeah, workshops are a big thing. It can be a way of getting people more involved. They can learn something new. They don't have to be particularly expensive. You could even have it very cheap and you have to bring your own materials or provide the materials for a fee. So, there's lots of options there. But I will say, really, it was such a great event. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very well done. And also just a lot of really cool people, both other vendors and people coming up to the booth, the organizers themselves. Everyone was just so positive, and it was really nice being surrounded that for a couple of days and just getting to chat to people that I would never talk to normally. It was very interesting. I think now we've done a couple of events. We're kind of my wife's name is getting out there, which is great to see, and the business is growing. So it's just cool seeing that support and seeing people who were excited to come to the stall and were looking forward to doing it. I found it really interesting, and a great sign of things to come for my wife's business. So yeah, overall, such an amazing event. I really enjoyed it, and they've definitely done very well at organizing it. So, of course, we'll now come to probably the thing that most of you are interested in. No one really cares what I have to say, but what you might want to see is the things that my wife and I bought at the event. So let's get into it and let's see some of the things that we got. Now, if you are my mother, this is where you need to stop watching because some of these things may or may not be part of your birthday present. So go away now. Okay, you gone? All right, everyone else, let's get into it. So we did manage to pick up quite a few bits and pieces. My wife kind of disappeared for a while and came back with bits, then disappeared again and came back with more bits, but they're all pretty cool. And I also picked up a few bits for her as well. So let's get into it. So first off, we have some stuff from the Woolful stand, which I believe was the kind of organizers company. So we have this very, very cool pom-pom. Very fluorescent. There was a lot of neons at the event, and I am a huge fan of that. If you saw me at the event, you would probably realize that with my big neon kind of overshirt waistcoat that I had on. So yeah, you could definitely tell that. She then also picked up some llama needle stoppers, which are very cute as well. Love llamas. And this kind of cross stitch set as well, which I found quite funny. It says marriage, an endless sleepover with your favorite weirdo. And just thought that was quite a cool little kit as well. Next up, we have this seagull and knit your own seagull kit from Sincerely Louise. It includes all the yarn and everything that you need, but it also included this book of patterns, which I thought was actually a pretty good deal. So not only did you get everything you need to make the seagull, we live by the coast, it's very apt. But you do also get all the patterns for loads of different sea creatures, which in itself feels like a pretty good deal. So you get quite a lot from that. I definitely really liked this. Next up, we have a very unfortunate incident. And Emily Cross, if you're watching this, I'm very, very sorry. So I purchased a yarn bowl from Emily Cross for my wife. They are absolutely gorgeous. They're amazing yarn bowls. And then I proceeded to go around the corner and go to a different store to buy something else. And I dropped it. I dropped it. I dropped it hard. And unfortunately, it cracked in two. Yeah, it broke quite cleanly. So we are going to do our best to fix it. So here's the piece that broke off, but you can see such a cool design with the sheep and the green. It really is beautiful. I won't get the other part out, but it is just in two pieces. So hopefully we can repair that. Again, I'm really sorry. Such a shame. So beautiful. And next up, we have this kit, Barry the Capybara from Sardines for Tea. Again, such a cool little kit, and we love capybaras. Who doesn't? They're giant guinea pigs. What more could you want? So, had to pick this one up as well. And then from Soft Accents, we have this really nice, bright neon again little bag. I absolutely love the colors on this, and some yarn, no, some fabric strips for kind of doing some stitching and stuff. The lady from the Soft Accents stall was very lovely. Talked to my wife for ages about sewing. My wife isn't really a big sewer. She has struggled in the past to do it, and I think this lady gave her lots of confidence to get started again. So that was really nice, and some very cool stuff as well. So then we have this felt picture kit from Frankie in Sydney. I really liked this because they actually said it includes a kind of picture that you felt on top of, so you can see what it's supposed to be and build it up from there. I really liked this idea, and this will be part of my mum's birthday present. So you better not be watching, but it's very cool. I like this a lot. And then next up, we have two mini bundles from Giddy Yarns, who is someone that we kind of follow quite a lot on here and watch their YouTube channel as well. I will post everyone's business and any socials that I can find down below if you're interested in any of these. But this was their Winnie the Pooh minis, and then the Wind in the Willows, which I believe is the new colorway that she's come out with. I really like these colors as well. Very cool indeed. And then next up we have Rainbow Mist from Yarn Badger. I absolutely love the colours in this. And it seems like every time we go to an event, whether we're vending or just going, we've always got to pick up something from Yarn Badger. They make some amazing sock yarns. And I believe this is also self-striping. So this is going to make some very cool socks. And last but not least is some yarn from Cool Woolings. These lovely purples. And also this little bag they were selling as well, but I love their yarns because they're neon. Such bright colors. If you watched my East Anglia Yarn Festival video from this year, you'll see that I'd bought a neon yellow to be made into a hat. So my wife bought this purple to kind of make a kind of matching neon hat as well. So very cool indeed. Love the colors that they can produce. If you saw it in the walkthrough as well, very cool. And there we have it. That is everything that we bought. Fairly reserved this time round, but still got some very cool stuff. And so with that in mind, I'm going to wrap today's video up. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed it and you're interested in more events, both yarn or tech related, please do hit that like button and subscribe. We are still a very small channel. I am heading for that 1,000 subscriber goal, so any support would be amazing. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.